Omotayo Olaogun Morrison was born on February 25, 1988 at Branson North York General Hospital in Toronto, Canada, to Modupe Olaogun and Barrington Morrison. He had an enriched childhood and adolescence from which his passion for life and compassion for others originated.
His name is "A Child Brings Joy, a Child Causes Joy." He was such a radiant, such a happy young man. He had the world before him. Omotayo was a load of fun. I remember once we went to Cranberry Resort, and it was during the winter, but it was a winter when there wasn't a lot of snow. And so, the Omotayo and his sisters were pretty bored, because they had looked forward to being on Blue Mountain. So anyhow, one day, he decided that he was going to go hunting. We followed our hunter, but Omotayo was hunting monsters and so on, and he treated us to the Australian accent and the British accent. He was doing accents. I was amazed, and I was asking him, when did you pick up all these accents? And he said, "Oh, Mom, from a bit from here and there, everywhere." And so he had, the fun part of him. He was a funny, outgoing young man.
And we're out of the recreation center. Now,
all the games are taken.
We look forward to going to the mountains. Check it out. That's what I'm talking about. That's about 2 miles away, and our journey begins here. Don't hurt yourself. Father and daughter on one rock together. Oh my God!
Flooding in!
Every event in history is now embedded in my brain, all because of this rock I'm touching right now. Gonna have to turn to the last resort. I don't want y'all to see this on camera. Anyways, this is Tayo Morrison signing off. Peace and good luck.
A graduate of kinesiology from York University, he won several medals in track and field, as well as gold medals for the 400 meters and the 4x100 meters relay in Canada and the United States. Omotayo also led his soccer team to several championships and earned a brown belt in Taekwondo.
There was one day, there was some topic I could not understand. And he spent the entire afternoon trying to get me to learn this. He was so good enough to spend his own time. He could have been doing other stuff, but he actually came there and spent time with me to try to help me learn and become a better student. So what I've chosen is not to roll over, not to quit. I'm going to do everything I can, and I mean everything I can, to be the best doctor, best physician, best friend, best brother, everything I can be, just for Ty.
Ty was just an amazing person. He was a role model to a lot of us. God gave him everything. Let's put it that way, from the intelligence to the physique, to everything. He was a role model when it came to school, just how hard he worked. Just being able to be so overall perfect is actually amazing.
He always put others ahead of himself. If you needed him for anything, he was there for you without hesitation. It is easy to see why he wanted to become a physician. He was doing it on a daily basis, whether he knew it or not, and that reason was that he simply wanted to help people.
We sat there and listened to the stories about him and how the impact he had on those students. My eyes were full with tears just listening to these young medical students talking about him. So the corroboration of evidence for us suggests to us that our son had touched many lives in St. Lucia.
I called him my little man. I've known Tayo since he was born. Oh my God. It's been a long time. I used to drop him off to the daycare, pick him up, take him for walks, and just listen to him and just watch him and have so much fun with him. Tayo came at a very special time in my life as well, and I spent a lot of time with him. And he was just amazing, very curious, always very curious, even as a little child. He always had so much to say about what was going on in the world and how to make a difference and influence other youths and how we can make things better and how he can do things better. And he wants to do something grand, and he was like that. He was just like that. They say the fruits don't fall far from the tree. He has amazing parents, full of love, full of compassion for others, committed to what's right, committed to fairness, and wanting the best for not just for their families, but for everyone else. And so Tayo it's like his parents. He's a product of his environment, and I was always just so happy to be a part of him.
Omotayo was pursuing his studies at Spartan Health Sciences University in St. Lucia to become a surgeon when tragedy struck. On February 8, 2014, as he walked, a vehicle veered off the road and hit him suddenly. Omotayo suffered severe traumatic brain injuries to which he succumbed later that day.
On the 7th of February 2014, I fell asleep on the couch, and I think it was probably one of the deepest, soundest, sleep that I had had in a long, long time. And then the phone rang at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and my husband picked it up, and he came to tap on me on the couch and say, "It's from St. Lucia." I said, "From St. Lucia? What, Tayo is in St. Lucia." I said, "Yes, it's about Tayo. What about him?" I spoke to him just yesterday. He was fine. He was really very happy. He was telling me about the courses he was taking and how he was enjoying his microbiology, mycology, and so on. And he said, "Yeah, but he's in the hospital. What about?" According to reports, Omotayo was able to push his schoolmate out of the way, and he too tried to clear out of the path of the car, which had lost control and was, which was out of control. But he was thrown by that car a distance of about 20 feet, and he had hit the ground, I guess, with his head, and he had gone into a coma.
To continue his legacy of caring, his parents, Barrington Morrison and Modupe Olaogun, founded OHO to support the treatment and prevention of traumatic head injuries.
He died without the opportunity to fulfill his dream, which was to become a medical doctor. We wanted to have an opportunity to carry on his dream by establishing an organization that promotes the awareness of head injuries, and by also promoting the prevention of it through our activities, by drawing attention to it, and by also helping underserved areas where there is a lack of medical emergency facilities to look after victims of traumas to the head. We believe that we would be carrying on his legacy. Part of what Omotayo Headmatters organization does is to also make available medical bursaries for medical students.
If you can make that decision to follow the path that we have so far because somebody has left an impact in our lives, then we are living in his legacy. He wanted to be a surgeon, and look at what he has done. He's provided funds to start something good in a country that didn't have any. I feel like that itself is a blessing.
Today we're not here to mourn a loss. We're here to celebrate a life. Because his life was more like a candle for us. He was a light to us.
Occasions like this remind us that we do need each other, and we're so much a part of each other. Our lives intertwined, and we want to get the word out, and we want to lead by example, and including everyone. We hurt together. We will hurt together. That's how it is, and we want to heal together. We want to support each other as a people.
With the support of family, friends, and all people of goodwill, OHO will continue to keep the legacy of Omotayo Olaogun Morrison alive.